You ever wonder if there are some things we're just not supposed to know? Well, what if I told you there's a text out there that's so explosive, so revealing, that for centuries, the powers that be did everything they could to make it disappear? We're talking about a book that doesn't just hold the past, but the entire blueprint for humanity's future. It was banned, it was cursed, and it was deliberately hidden away. Today, we're cracking it open.
This one line from the book pretty much says it all, doesn't it? This isn't just a story about good versus evil. It's about what happens when you learn too much. We're talking about forbidden knowledge, knowledge so powerful it could literally tear the world apart. And this is the story of the judgment that comes for those who dared to learn it. All right, so in our last explainer, we covered the incredible story of the Watchers. You know, the celestial beings who came down to Earth, had kids with humans, and basically turned the planet into chaos by teaching us all the stuff we weren't ready for. Their kids, the giant Nephilim, were just consuming everything. But, as we know, every action has a consequence. So now, we're diving into the fallout, the judgment, the insane cosmic secrets, and a final warning meant for every single one of us. So, at this point, the world is an absolute mess. The secrets the angels leaked have spread like a virus, turning into violence, sorcery, and just total chaos. The planet itself is practically screaming in pain. And right in the middle of all this darkness, a child is born who is, well, he's different. A child who is destined to carry the future on his shoulders, Noah. Yeah, this is not your average baby announcement. I mean, just listen to this description. His body is as white as snow, red as a rose, and he literally lights up the house like the sun. His own father, Lamech, is completely terrified. He's convinced his wife had a child with one of the fallen Watchers. This kid isn't just a baby. He's a sign. He's a beacon of light in a world that has gone completely dark. So Noah grows up and sees what's happening. The world is literally falling apart, sinking into ruin. And in total desperation, he does something strange. He doesn't cry out to God. He calls out for his grandfather, Enoch, who, you'll remember, isn't even on Earth anymore. And guess what? Enoch answers. From somewhere else entirely, Enoch confirms Noah's worst fears. A massive flood is coming to just wipe the slate clean. But Noah, because he's pure, has been chosen. He's the escape plan. And this is where the story completely shifts gears. We go from a disaster movie on Earth to an incredible journey through the cosmos. I mean, how did Enoch know all this was going to happen? Well, because he wasn't just hiding out somewhere. He was taken. He was given the grand tour of the entire universe, just so he could understand the perfect divine order that humanity had so completely wrecked. Think about this for a second. Enoch didn't die a normal death. He was just gone. The text says he was lifted up on chariots of the Spirit. His name literally vanished from the world of men because he was now playing in a different league, traveling through the cosmos and witnessing the very nuts and bolts of creation. The scale of what he sees is it's mind-bending. He's shown the actual architecture of the universe, a heaven made of crystal and living fire. He sees the cosmic warehouses where things like thunder, lightning, and wind are kept. He even sees the portals that the sun and moon use to travel. It's like he's being shown the universe's source code. And here's the key takeaway from his whole trip. It's this massive contrast. Up in the heavens, everything is perfect. Unwavering order. The stars, the sun, the moon, they all follow their rules perfectly every single time. But then you look down at Earth, it's the exact opposite. Humanity, armed with all this forbidden knowledge, has chosen total chaos, violence, and a complete rejection of that natural order. But Enoch's tour isn't over yet. He doesn't just see the mechanics of the cosmos. He gets taken to the highest level, to be shown the ultimate secret. We're talking about the one piece of information that controls everything else, the source code for all of history and all of destiny. I mean, seriously, what could be more profound than seeing the blueprints of the entire universe? What could possibly be left to show a mortal man that would explain literally everything? The answer? The heavenly tablets. Now, try to wrap your head around this. It's a celestial record, a book that contains the entire story of every single human being who has ever lived or ever will live. And Enoch gets to read it. The past, the present, the future, it's all right there in front of him. Just let that sink in for a minute. The implication here is absolutely staggering. It suggests that every single thing you do, every choice, every good deed, every sin, is already written down. It's a huge paradox, right? How can we possibly have free will if the entire story has already been written? A story that one man was allowed to read from cover to cover. So after witnessing all of this, the flood, the machinery of the universe, and the blueprint for all human destiny, Enoch is sent back. He has one final mission. He has to deliver a message, a warning, and not just for his own kids, but for all the generations that would come after, for us.
He gathers his family, and you can feel the tone shift. This isn't the cosmic explorer anymore. This is a father, passing down the most important wisdom he has. He's seen how the whole thing plays out, and he's trying to give us the cheat codes on how to navigate it.
And his huge cosmic message boils down to this really simple choice. He says there are two paths you can walk. There's the path of righteousness, which he says leads to peace, and then there's the path of unrighteousness, of chaos and violence, which he has seen with his own eyes leads to nothing but sudden and total destruction. It's a choice, given to people whose fate is supposedly already written. That's the puzzle at the heart of his whole message.
And when you hear all this, you can start to understand why this book was considered so dangerous, right? It presents a universe that is way, way stranger than we're comfortable with. You've got fallen angels, cosmic machinery, and a destiny that's already written down. It's really no wonder it was scrubbed from the official record, totally lost for over 1,000 years until it was found again in Ethiopia. And that brings us to one last, really unsettling question. The book says Enoch never actually died, and that he's appointed to return one day. So if he did come back, right now, holding those heavenly tablets, what would he read about our generation? What deeds, what choices, and what final judgment is already written down for us?